All right, what's going on, guys? We are Far Side of the Pod. My name's Jordan. We got Ridge,
What's up, everybody?
and we got Mikey.
The good news is I did not die. It's just that working thirds is very difficult for me because sometimes I get home and I sleep like I'm comatose, like the lizards in Florida when it gets too cold and they fall from the trees and just whack, and it's just over, lights out.
All right, man. So, first thing of business, we got some college football playoffs to talk about. Ridge, you got the details on that?
Yeah, so the little bit of deets that we got regarding our college football is that college football is for at least going into 2026-27 playoffs. We are staying at a 12-team playoff, and the Power 4 champs will be guaranteed a spot along with the highest ranked conference champ from the Power 6. Also, Notre Dame, if they finish in the top 12 of the committee, is an automatic lock.
And that doesn't mean any other team. Like, if that doesn't mean like if there's 12 teams, those 12 teams ain't automatically locked. It's just saying that if Notre Dame automatically is in the top 12, they somehow automatically make it into the playoffs.
Because, they don't know how to join a fucking conference. So
And
we're
they
going to give
let them
Notre
cry.
Dame what they want because they want to cry. And, well, we can't say that really anymore. Uh,
We can say
yeah.
that we can say that they get what they want because they throw a tantrum, and
Yep.
unlike unlike a parent who knows how to discipline their child in the Walmart, we just kind of let them go at it, and everyone else around us just looks at us with disdain because we let our child throw a full tantrum anyway. No, they
Exactly.
would
No,
think about it.
that's exactly what it is. Because they had that whole thing where they complained about not making it this year, and like literally was like, "We're not doing our bowl game." Bunch of hoopla. I could say some words, but I'm trying to
Oh,
be a better man.
a lot of people didn't play their bowl games this year, though, even.
Yeah,
And that was
Sounds
stupid.
like a lot of ah.
it
Do
really is.
either one of you wish that we would go to a 2014 playoff?
I wouldn't say 24. I would think I would prefer like a 16 team playoff.
Do what?
A 16 team playoff.
A 16 team?
Yes, it's just adding two more games to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
yeah, I
it's
get what you're
it's
saying.
the only reason I say that because it's like NBA. That's how NBA does it, and that's kind of like the tournament bracket that I've always been used to. What's up, Cryptic Psycho? Welcome for joining us.
I
Welcome,
was
welcome.
going to just message him in there and say welcome.
Welcome. But no, I mean, I'm not surprised that they're keeping it at the 12 though, because it is fairly easy. I do, like I said, I do think a 16 wouldn't be bad. At least like a 14 team where like the last two, the one that's like 13 and 14 get like a buy in or a play in. But honest,
Can we just make it like the NFL?
yeah,
Honestly, like just go ahead and make your four bigger combined conferences all together and have four or two big conferences with your NFC and AFC side. You have the SEC and Big Ten. Except Big Ten has to change their name because there's no longer just 10. There's 10 over here on their side and 10 over here in the SEC.
just call it the big conference.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah,
And you end up just going off of that slate so that way you can play wild card games or whatever you want to call the lower bracket games beforehand, and then you get into the playoff games, and then that gives more meaning to these bowl games because you can change these bowl games into those wild card games.
yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. Well, then that could really work with like I said, the 16 team. Like it's like the first 2 games of the college playoffs are like the wild card games. Then like whoever is the winners of those games would play against each other in the next round.
And if you wanted to make more bowl games, which I mean, I don't know how many people would actually watch more bowl games, but if you wanted more bowl games for these other teams that don't make it into the wild card or whatever, then you can still put out these bowl games, but actually make it have worth a meaning for these kids.
Yeah.
And give the kids a bonus or something for showing up to these games, their NIL deal or something,
Yeah, for real, something.
And make it worthwhile for them.
Honestly, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if like that. I mean, I know NIL kids get way too much money now, but like if I think it'd be a cool thing if like the people who run the bowl is like, all right, to the winning team, we're going to give a certain amount of NIL money to. It's kind of like how if you're playing in the playoffs in the NFL, I think you get like a certain amount of money for each game or something like that.
Right.
Well, we got anything else on college football?
That's all I got.
All right. And Mikey, I know you ain't got much to say about it, but
No, I'm not a very sports oriented person, unfortunately.
All right. So next, we are talking about the new roller coaster coming to Universal Orlando Resort in 2027, replacing Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket and the Fast and Furious Dark Ride. We're getting Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. We're getting a drift coaster at Universal Orlando this year. Well, next year. What do y'all fellas think about that? Mike,
That sounds very neat.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that sounds cool.
Especially if they have some kind of mechanic, like whenever you're going around a corner, it like turns the cart so it actually looks like you're drifting. You know what I'm saying?
Like do I get to hear Tokyo Drift? Like do I get
Hey, maybe. Tokyo. No, I wouldn't be surprised if they put that in there.
I mean, if they brought the ride to like Shanghai or wherever they have it out overseas,
You mean
maybe
in Tokyo.
I didn't know where they have that one at. All right, I'm just throwing out names, hoping something sticks. So that's even better, having it in.
That's a little concerning that you don't know that Tokyo Drift is in Tokyo Drift.
No, I'm talking about putting in the coaster where Universal Studios is at over there. Yeah. That's why I don't know. I know that Tokyo Drift happens in Tokyo.
Yeah. But yeah,
forgive my food. I was under the wrong impression.
Yeah, Cryptic,
no, you're good.
It does look pretty cool, man. Like I said, I mean, I've not seen too much on it, but I know it does open in Hollywood this year, so I don't know if it'll be like the same thing or not, especially with like the layout. But
it won't be the same layout. Obviously, the one in Hollywood is sitting on the side of a hill, so they get to go up and down a hill. Yeah.
Okay.
And theirs goes up and over like the entrance way in.
That's kind of
or something
cool,
right there.
Cool.
Yeah. It's kind of wild how they have it. Or it goes in between two different parts to the park over there. I've seen concepts for what they're bringing to Orlando, and Orlando's getting like 173-foot tall spike added to the coaster that you get to go launching up. So that'd be real cool. Yeah, it's going to be like the tallest point in Universal.
Nice.
Like eclipsing whatever the Raptor ride has right now.
This might just because I'm a great big fat guy. I like the ground. I'm kind of partial to it. I don't like being up high. Scurry.
Look, man,
you're only up there for a couple of seconds before you're flying back down to the ground.
Yeah, that's called terminal velocity, Ridge.
at Mock Jesus speeds.
Dude, it's like
Do you know why it's called? Do you know why it's called terminal velocity?
It's
It's
gravity.
final. There's no. It's final. You can't stop it.
That it do be
Permanent.
cryptic. That it do.
Oh, Cryptic did say that the ride's going to have a spinning mechanic for the drifting.
Well, yeah. I mean, how else are they going to make it drift?
I don't know.
All right, dear. So let's talk about something slightly off the side and leave this coaster where it's at for now because it's coming in 2027. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, supercharge the.
The dark
I'm
ride.
trying to think of how to put it nicely. The dark ride, sure, we'll just keep it at that. To me, it's god awful.
It's not.
Slater, I know you enjoyed it.
I like Fast and Furious, so that's why I like it a little bit. I mean, I really like walking through the area more than the ride. But
That's the best part of the ride is walking through where the cars are at.
they make you feel like family.
No, they know. They sure know. Watching freaking X amount of screens
Yeah, it's
of people talking and these cast members trying to act like they're actually talking to them is awful. Once you get on the ride, the VFX from the freaking Vin Diesel on a helicopter, and he's the same size as the helicopter he's on, is freaking awful.
The crappy holograms. The crappy holograms at the parties.
The crappy holograms at party, the crappy footage of them driving through. The Rock doesn't even look like The Rock over half the time on the
Looks
ride.
like a pebble.
Jeez, I mean, I'm glad it's going away. It's great that it's going away.
I wish.
So,
I
since
low-key
it's-
wish they'd bring back Earthquake and stuff like that, but that's just me.
Earthquake was cool.
At least confrontation, but that's kind of like the King Kong ride and.
Well, I was about to say they can't bring it back. They can't bring back confrontation neither because they have this crappy Kong ride over at Islands of Adventure now.
Yeah.
And the only cool thing about that is the animatronic at the very end.
Yeah, because it's literally just like the Fast and Furious ride, but just King Kong and dinosaurs.
Kind of. So may I present to you my 3 options of replacements for it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
So this is backwards, but my number 1 right now idea is Jaws. Bringing back in Jaws.
I was literally thinking that they need to bring Jaws back.
Now, if they did bring back Jaws, it would be a complete refurb inside.
Yeah.
They would have to take out these buses that they have, bring in, like, they'd have to redo everything on the inside. They'd have to completely gut it out to make way for a indoor boat ride, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think, if you're going to have Jaws. So, my number 2 option would be a Back to the Future ride brought back. This way, you don't have to necessarily get rid of the buses. You give them a repaint and say that these are new time-traveling vehicles that you're in now. And they're still able to keep the same track layout, kind of. And it saves them money that way, right?
Yeah.
So that's my second option. My option 3 has to do with the fact that we're already getting announced that this theming is coming to different parks now. And that is a Pokemon Dark Ride. And maybe do like so that way it's more interactive, doing a Pokemon Snap
Oh, that'd be
ride.
cool. Kind of like a Pokemon Safari type of thing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you do something like that and you have these little quote unquote teleportation parts of the ride, right? Where you go from one ozone to the next, right? So you're on land, you're at sea, you go up to fire areas, different stuff.
That'd be heat. Like honestly, that'd be really cool, and I feel like that'd be a big hit.
The only issue with doing Pokemon like that is you don't get the massive land.
True.
Unless they just randomly make a little section in Universal where that's at now. Into a little land around the whole big theme building.
Yeah.
That would be the only way they could have a theming, but it wouldn't fit in either.
I got one thing that I think would be cool, just because King's Cross is right there beside it.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be cool if they did like the bus, the double-decker bus type of ride from Harry Potter, like just kind of. It'd be right there by King's Cross, so it's kind of like you're being took to King Cross. That could be the theming of it.
What, like the night bus?
Yeah, the night bus.
yeah.
Like you could be like a whole dark ride of the night bus, and like they'd have like, up there where the conductor dummy sits, they could have like the little head talking to you.
The little voodoo head.
That'd be. I think
You'd be able to twist around and talk to the audience. Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
Now, hear me out though. I got one more I decided to throw in as a bonus for you guys. And my fourth option is you turn it into a Ghostbusters ride.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then you retheme the track layout slightly, and you turn it into like a shooter style.
See, that's where I was.
Right.
That's where I was going to come in. I was like, because we love Men in Black. Men in Black's a classic. It's hard to. I mean, especially as somebody who loves the franchise. It's awesome that they still have it, but I'm still honestly surprised that they still have it. And that's where
Right.
that's where I was going to combat you and be like, what if they just changed Men in Black to Ghostbusters?
Yeah. The only issue I have with them changing Men in Black right now is the fact of if we get a new movie right here shortly, maybe and if it's a hit, just update the ride to the new movie.
Well, I was going to say that too, because especially if it's like Jay being in part where K is.
Right.
Like if he's the new that, and they do like a whole new scene where, because in the movie when they shoot the pieces, and he's like, that girl, she's the villain. She's over here with the book, and she's over here oppressing the other guy. It's like if they had like a new scene like that, they could update it to look more like that one, and I don't know, and they could do more. Like I feel like the last time we went through it, I don't think the little roach aliens even moved anymore. Like where they're sitting in the break room.
I don't remember the last time that they ever did move, Slater.
I swear they did, like at least the first time we went, but
I don't remember them ever moving.
Yeah. Anyway.
I remember used to the doors. If you tugged on the doors or something, they'd make a noise at you, like you'd hear aliens on the other side and stuff. But I mean, it's not the same as what it used to be. I mean, it definitely needs an update.
Yeah,
it still feels like you're stuck in the early 2000s.
Honestly, they should have updated it when Men in Black 3 came out, when like that Boris guy was thing, and they could have made it like you're going after him, which honestly is something that they could do with this, but I don't know. But either way,
could. I say you just give it time for the new movie.
Yeah.
Mikey, what was you going to say?
We've been going on and talking. It wasn't a very important comment then, but it's been stuck in my head ever since we talked about the potential about the Pokemon Safari, right?
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know, I'm very big on Pokemon. It is a topic I can talk on, and my brain, it was just like, can you imagine rolling through very calm, very nice, serene? It's really cool. Like, it's almost like Post Malone's "I Only Want to Be with You" for the Pokemon movie. It's like, this is pretty neat. And my brain was like, can you just imagine some kids like, look, mommy, a Geodude, and then you just see him a champ like, like and obliterate that thing, just like one punch, explode it into a million pieces. Because
Yeah.
I'm about to say some of the probably the geekiest stuff you've ever heard. So, fun fact: uh, the pre-evolution of Machamp, the four-armed wrestling Pokemon, is Machoke. And Machokes harden their knuckles against Geodude. So Geodudes are constantly being knocked out and attacked by Machokes so that Machokes can grow stronger. So my brain's just like, can you imagine, like, oh, look, there's that little rock guy. You just see this big brawling Pokemon just wham and just explode him. It's just like, oh no.
No, what I think would be really cool, like to make it even more interactive, and this is kind of like a reach because the snap thing is a really good idea. But what would be really cool is like it would randomly select the passenger, right? Because in the middle of the ride, while you're sitting there snapping, you get to the point where you hear, "It's Jesse, James." Like you hear Jesse and James show up, and
prepare for trouble and make it double.
And it just randomly picks a person, and somebody
Yoinks them out of the seat.
Well, there's not even yoinks them out of the seat, but like maybe they can have like a guide, like a safari guide in the front, right? And they hand
somebody else comes out of nowhere and just black bags somebody.
But they can like hand the person a Pokeball and be like, throw the Pokemon, the last Pokemon you took a picture of, to face against Meowth, and like it would automatically make you win, and it can be something different based on whatever Pokemon you get.
What am I supposed to do if that Pokemon was Metapod?
Now, hear me out.
What can you do? Metapod.
Hear me out.
No.
Though. What if it's one of them interactive things where you keep track of it on your phone of what Pokemons you got photos of, right?
Yeah.
And whenever they come around, though, they pick at random one of the seats, and it has like a little glowing dot right in front of you of like a Pokeball or something, that they snatch your Pokemon away from you. And you lose that one.
And say you could use your phone like it's Pokemon Go, and like that's how you throw the Pokeball.
No, like you don't get to throw the Pokeball.
I'm missing every single one of these.
Oh, I get you though. But,
like you lose the one, so you have to come back if you want that one, and it might be there and it might not pop up.
What that would make sense, because what if they take it and out of nowhere that's where Ash and Brock and them show up and they're like, you can't take our friend's Pokemon, give it back, and like stuff like that, and then they do the
No, you don't get it back. That's the thing. To make you want to come back and ride it again. Okay. To try again. To get that one Pokemon. Let's say you collect them all magically, right?
And you can get
it's going to be hard to collect them all because it's going to be different Pokemon every time. You're not always going to see the same one, right? So it's a different experience every time you get on. But you... imagine, though, you have all of them except that one because it got yoinked from you.
Oh, man.
Imagine you go back on again, though, because you want that Pokemon back, and you go on, it's a different Pokemon, so you're not seeing that Pokemon, and you get picked again to get yoinked. You know how evil that'd be? But so much fun.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool.
Like, I'm ready to slapbox somebody over there.
And if you somehow got all of them, you could get a trainer badge or something like that.
You get like a little badge.
Do I get the certificate saying that I caught them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very end of the ride, let's say you've collected all of them, and you've taken a photo of all of them, they'll give you a little pin that says congratulations, or it's like a little golden Pokeball to identify you as a very few person that has collected them all.
That'd be cool.
Now, if you go back on that ride again, though, and you've already collected them all, but you still just want to go through, you can still lose that Pokemon because they decide to yoink from you.
Imagine you get off.
They'll
and they're
take
just
your badge too.
Imagine if you get off and they're like, "All right, bro."
I'm gonna need that badge back.
They just rip it off your shirt. They just rip. Give me that.
Now your whole tits out.
Yeah, your whole vacation's ruined because now your tits showing to everybody in the theme park.
Wardrobe
All right, now
Okay, hold on real quick. Just last thing I'm gonna say, that'd be a cool little interaction piece for this Pokemon Snap Rod.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't show up there, I would love to have this as an actual ride, either where you have a Pokeball or you're taking snapshots to collect Pokemon. That'd be awesome to have one day. So what if you go to take a photo of one of the Pokemon, and whenever it picks it up, all of a sudden you see swirls in the Pokemon's eyes because your flash was on or something. And they tell you, "Oh, looks like your flash was on."
That would be fun.
You have dazed that Pokeball.
Congratulations. This spiel had epilepsy. I hope you're happy with yourself.
And it was walking fine and dandy, but as soon as you snap that shot and its eyes start swelling, it stops walking, acts dizzy, and then it just falls over. You have left a kid traumatized now because they think you just killed that Pokemon.
Oh my God! You just killed Jigglypuff.
Oh, it was just Jigglypuff. No one's worried about it.
All right, on to the next topic of the day. And we're going to talk about some movie trailers, and we're going to start off with an absolute banger, fellas. Just the other day, the trailer for Masters of the Universe was released. And I'm telling y'all, I've probably watched that trailer probably about 15 times. I can't get enough of it. It just looks magnificent, bro. Like, I think that what really surprises me is like the story of the movie. Like I'm really digging the story of the movie so far. Ridge, what'd you think about it?
It had no business being that good of a trailer and get me that excited to watch He-Man.
I'm telling you, boy.
We didn't grow up on He-Man like our parents did, or during that time frame of whenever He-Man was first on TV. But this genuinely felt almost like we went back in time to watch a live-action version of a Saturday cartoon.
It literally feels like just the 80s cartoon brought to life.
Hear me out. This is a little side note off to the side of Masters of the Universe right now. Mm-hmm. But whenever this movie comes out, I hope that like Cinnabars or wherever like food is served, I hope that they have like milkshakes for kids, maybe dirty milkshakes or whatever you call it, alcoholic milkshakes for adults that have cereal on them.
Yeah.
So that way you're feeling like it's a Saturday morning again, and you're eating your bowl of cereal while watching Masters of the Universe. That would be awesome.
What if like the popcorn bucket is like a lunchbox, and it's like a Masters of the Universe lunchbox that's like themed after
with all the He-Man characters on it?
Yes, that would be gas.
Oh man, that would be fire. I hope some movie company is listening to us, like AMC or something.
They're cooking. Hold on.
Now, I highly doubt that they listen to us, but be wild if they did. And we're spitballing wild ideas for you.
And like they could give us, like another place can give us Skeletor's head, and every time you open it, it just goes, ah!
Hey, real quick, I'm going to throw this out into the universe since we're like on the fringe of it already. Hey, Athens Movie Palace, we're throwing out ideas. You want to take them?
For real?
I mean, it's free ideas. We're not going to charge for our thoughts on the money-making things. You want it?
Seriously, I really think the idea of them doing a popcorn bucket that looks like a lunchbox would hit, especially for like the guys who grew up watching the show and collected these lunchboxes and collected these memorabilias.
Do that and make the drink, make your cup of the sword.
Yeah. Or like the hilt of the sword or something like that.
There, make it the Lady of the Lake.
Yes.
Oh, well, now that we're on this topic, and I contribute
Oh,
next to
lady.
nothing. Every time now that we're talking about Masters of the Universe, and Jordan said Skeletor in the popcorn bucket, and just nah. All I can think about is that one is the edited clip of Skeletor standing up, nothing happening, and him just sitting back down, and just and then it's just total silence. It's just Skeletor doing stuff.
What's the meme of him running away?
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
It's just a bunch of different
I will say
balls of knowledge at
like
you.
that meme specifically is like him dropping some kind of esoteric knowledge, and then until we meet again.
the one thing I am nervous about the movie because we didn't hear Skeletor talk in the trailer, though we saw him and he looks fucking awesome. But the thing that I'm kind of nervous on is like, are they going to give him like a dark voice, like to make him scary because he looks horrifying? But that could be the point of the first trailer, though, that I think about.
So our two options is either we get the high-pitched one that we all know,
Yeah, or
we get the one from whenever they did the Netflix series and turned his voice down.
the thing is like, with Jared Leto being Skeletor, I would honestly be alright with him like doing his voice almost the same tone as his Joker's. Like not exactly, of course, but like just that same tone. Like it doesn't have to be super high pitched. It doesn't have to be super low. It's just right there in the middle,
Somewhere in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And the only thing is I want his laugh to almost be goofy. Like that type of, like I want the goofiness a little bit, man. And like we already see in the trailer that there's going to be goofy moments, because like the part where it shows where Adam tries to lift the sword and
get the sword.
he's just like, and like in the cartoon Adam is a wimp, and like he doesn't get like all big and brawny until he calls the power. So it's like it makes a lot of sense that they do that, so it's hilarious.
Like, I can definitely see, like, what I want to say is Skeletor is goofy.
Yeah,
but this is a big but. Skeletor is also a menace. Like he is very heavily memed. Yes, he is goofy, and his plans don't always work out. But if you let that man get too far, he is a demon.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Skeletor is a very real threat.
But listen, we've already talked about Skeletor, and honestly, just quickly touching up on He-Man himself. I think it's awesome that we got he's wearing the pink shirt, which we knew in the set photos that we saw, and I'm telling you what, the scene where it I was so pumped that we got to hear him say "I have the power," which it's not the full quote because it's like I call on the power of Greystone, then it's I have the power and stuff like that, but like getting to see him do the pose and like the effects of it, bro, that had me like I had so much goosebumps from that episode, from just that clip, bro.
Absolute chills.
I wanted to run through a wall right there, bro. But like, talking about everybody else, because yes, Adam looks awesome, Skeletor looks awesome, but Tila looks awesome, Battle Cat looks awesome, Man at Arms looks awesome, dude. We see Fisto, we see Beastman. I mean, we see Trapjaw just a little bit, and just the movie just looks overall just absolutely nuts. And we even saw Evil Lynn, a little clip of Evil Lynn, and she looks phenomenal, dude. Like. This is like, it's almost like this movie was made by people who loved the show, which probably was.
And that we're finally getting it, because I don't know if y'all remember, but we was in high school whenever they was talking about first doing this
Well, the
movie.
thing is that they've been trying to make this movie for the longest of time, and originally it was supposed to be Noah Centineo playing Adam, but I guess he, just couldn't find the time to do it along with the other movies he was doing. But like the guy, I'm super pumped for the guy who they got to play him because I think he looks awesome, especially in like when it shows him in the suit. Like it's like just took straight out of the cartoon.
Oh yeah. Did you guys know a little fun fact? The statue of the barbarian or whatever you want to say that he was trying to pull the sword from, that was the original design for He-Man.
Oh yeah. I heard that. Yeah.
But they had to change it because it looked too much like
Conan.
Conan, yeah.
Yeah.
So they
I can
changed
understand
him to what he is now.
that.
So that was a cool little nod.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the movie, man. The movie's going to be phenomenal. June 5th.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I heard 3C talking about this. Caleb, not jeez Louise, man. Long night. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mikey. Mikey,
Yes.
I'm so sorry about that. First off,
I know we're both bald, but you didn't have to.
I didn't do that to you. I know. How did you first come across He-Man?
So, I realistically came across He-Man as a child, like as a little kid, because my grandparents bought me toys because I was a spoiled brat. But I think like one of my first experiences with He-Man whatsoever is I think it was a hand-me-down toy. That much I know, and I think it was Roboto.
Yeah, Roboto is the robot that's at the group.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Roboto or something like that because I know it wasn't He-Man. But I was like, "Oh, this robot's really cool. What is this from?" And I'm pretty sure my mama was like, "Oh, that's from He-Man." And I was like, "He-Man? That doesn't make sense." And she was like, "Yes, it does. Be quiet." Anyway, but as I grew up, I found the "Hey Yeah" meme, right?
Yeah.
The like that one.
Oh, we know what you're talking about, Big O.
Yeah. Just for anybody out there who don't know what I'm talking about, that was probably my like teenage experience with He-Man, and I was like, "What is going on? What is this right now?" And of course, then there's all the Skeletor memes and everything else and all that. So I don't have a very well versed experience with He-Man. I do think it's very cool that it's coming back, but yeah, that was my experience with it.
I mean, I knew the cartoon growing up, but me and Ridge, you gotta probably say the same thing. He-Man was found by the the Hey whatever, what's up meme.
The four non-blondes cover of What's Up by He-Man.
And I'm telling you this. If they don't at least play that song in the credits, bro, I'm gonna be sad. Because how the heck is Ninja Turtles gonna play it, but not He-Man? And they actually play the He-Man version in the Ninja Turtles movie. And it's like, I like, what if it's like the credits, like the after credits, and it's the actors recreating the video? Like,
dude, if they did that. I mean, I would stand up and clap at the end of the movie. I don't care who all's in there. I'd be standing up and telling everybody, I don't care what you said. It's not a bad movie. It was cinema.
Like,
even if for some reason the movie was just terrible, straight dog water. If they did that at the very end, I don't care what you say. That movie's a 5-star movie.
Yeah.
Just because of that. And yeah, that's how I got ever first heard of He-Man was because of that YouTube snippet being played in choir class.
Yeah, Miss Dolby. Yeah, man.
So shout out to Miss Dobby for playing that in front of all of us on our smart board. That was the best way to ever introduce me to He-Man. And I had no idea of any sorts to do with He-Man. I still really don't know much to He-Man. This will be my first proper introduction to him, more so, I guess, unless I decide to go look on YouTube at him. Probably won't, but
Just to go in with a fresh.
So I mean that's the only way. Now, hear me out though. Another way they could do it is if they wanted to do a Super Bowl commercial or something to promote it.
Yeah.
That's how you do that song.
Yeah. I'd be cool with that.
But if you don't do that, I'm not saying it's going to be dog water. But it's not going to be 5 stars.
It'll be disappointing.
We'll be very let down.
Especially since you got Adam in the pink shirt and stuff like that, because that's what he's wearing in the video. But
I mean,
but real quick, Ashland's Movie Palace, if you're listening, or if you do listen, let us do a Masters of the Universe premiere party thing. It'd be really cool to interview the dads. Like the dads bringing their kids to watch it and stuff like that. Would it not?
Interview the dads.
I feel like that'd just be so cool, bro.
That's all we call the title to the interviews too. Interviewing the dads. And then have little asterisks about He-Man.
All right, so anybody got anything else on Masters of the Universe? All right. Moving on to the next trailer. So, just today, the official trailer for Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, came out. And I just watched it before we, started our live. And I will tell you what, again, with the first movie, I'm super excited for this movie. First of all, we get Yoshi. I mean, we get to, and in the trailer, it showed we get to see the different power-ups that Mario and Luigi can do, like the fire flower and the frog suit, and we're going to get to see baby Mario and baby Luigi, and Birdo. It showed Birdo in the trailer too. So I'm just excited for this movie. I don't have much else to say of it, just that I'm really excited for it, to be honest with you.
I mean, we get to see that, and we also get to see these new characters that they're bringing in. We get Bowser Jr.
Yep.
I think he's the main villain of this movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Could not be, but I mean, that's the way it looks. And I'm
Rosalina.
just thrilled. I'm looking forward to seeing, because we're just hopping straight into Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're getting to travel the galaxy now and see all these different little planets. So that'll be a really cool thing to do. Now, I will tell you the one thing I hope that they don't do, but it'd be funny, is if at one part of the movie, one of the planets that they visit so tiny that we just get a aerial shot of watching Mario run around the whole planet. Like in the game.
Yeah, like he's just running on it.
Yep, that's all we see is just them running across it, trying to chase after Bowser Jr. or something.
Yeah. Mikey, you got anything to say about Mario Galaxy?
No.
Word. All right, anything else, Ridge?
Not out of lack of interest, but there's not really anything else I can say that wasn't just said.
Yeah. Anything else?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
We could turn this into 20 minutes if Caleb was here.
Yeah, we'd be here about 30 minutes talking about this movie trailer, probably. All right, so next up, the other day, we got a trailer for a new Star Wars project coming out. When is it? Next month or in a couple months, Ridge, or something like that?
I don't have the date for it.
But we are
coming shortly.
We're officially getting in the Clone Wars art style Maul Shadow Lord. We are getting to see the area of Maul before he's killed by Obi-Wan, and like I'm just excited for this movie, like or show, not movie, but
Sure.
just the fact we're getting Sam Witwer back as Maul, and the story just looks cool. The fights look awesome. The animation just looks insane. I'm just pumped for this, bro. And this I'm good. I'm ready for some good Star Wars content.
Now, in all fairness, this was a project that was seen under the likeness of Miss Kennedy.
Yeah.
So I'll
But-
probably still watch it because it does look good. I think it's slightly a different art form. And it's very close to Clone Wars,
Clone
but I
Wars,
do
but
think
it's
the
Clone
art,
Wars, but it's updated a little bit.
yeah, the art to it just like not even just on the main characters,
Yeah.
but like the city and the background, and everything just looks amazing how
Yeah.
they painted it all. I mean, that's what it looks like, is that they took time to just paint every scene that we're seeing. It also has kind of, that feel of, best thing I can draw to is into Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that.
Kind of that super colorful, you know, style to it. I am excited to watch this. I think it's going to be interesting. I think that this is going to be one of the few that came from underneath her oversight that I'm actually interested in. So that says a lot. I haven't been interested in anything since the Boba Fett show.
And honestly, just the fact that Sam Witwer's back to play Maul is like, that's the biggest selling point already to me, because I mean, if you know, you know. He is an insane
That's
voice.
huge.
He's an insane voice actor, especially for Maul. If you ain't seen him do the Kenobi scream, y'all are missing out, because that dog literally broke his mic screaming so loud for that part. Like, I'm pumped, bro. I'm just pumped. And Sam Witwer, if you still want to give us our Star Killer show or something, please.
Am I the only one that feels like Maul feels like a little anti-villain in this?
He kind of is. He kind of is in the other stuff.
I love Sam so much. I love Sam so much.
Maul is kind of anti-villain throughout a lot of the Clone Wars and Rebels and all that. He just has a hatred.
I mean, like, Maul feels like an anti-villain through those series because he learns the truth way faster than a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And even goes out of his way on at least one occasion to be like, hey, you don't understand what's happening.
Right.
And like and like even in the trailer for this show, it's talking about how the Emperor wants him dead. And like,
Yeah, that's what I was going to refer to, is that we see him fighting against other people on the dark side because the Emperor wants him dead for some reason right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is, though, before his death.
Yeah.
Or quote-unquote death.
No, he dies in Rebels because Obi-Wan kills him.
Okay, I didn't know if this was, like, before whenever he got chopped in half, or...
No, it's after he gets chopped in half, because if you watch, it shows that his robotic legs.
Okay. Again, I have not watched any of those animated shows. So
he gets like robotic legs, and I think he even gets like
Yeah.
almost like spider legs at one point. But there's in Rebels, he goes to fight Obi-Wan again, and he kind of recognizes that Obi-Wan's in like the same stance that he was when he was fighting him in Phantom Menace, right? And he's like, oh, I got him this time. But then Obi-Wan switches to the old Ben Kenobi stance. Then he does the he starts out with the Qui-Gon stance. Then he goes to like the old Ben Kenobi. Then he does the 2 finger, like Ewan McGregor's stance. And
Right.
Maul's like, I'm not gonna jump over you this time like I did the last time, so you can't get me. And so but Obi-Wan still outplays him and just stabs him.
Gotcha.
But I'm not still either way. This show is just gonna be absolutely gas. I'm like I said, it's been a while since I've been super excited for Star Wars, and this piques my interest. All right, anything else on Maul, Mikey? You got anything to say on the Maul series?
I don't, but I did see a clip real quick that I want to talk about. That was Sam like during an interview years ago.
Yeah,
he was talking about the first Force Unleashed, and he was like, in the original script, Proxy, the training droid, attacks Starkiller like. He said in the original script, tries to jump Starkiller like 7 different times, and you see like a whole.
I know what clip you're talking about.
Okay, cool. I love this clip so much. I think it's super cool. So he's going on. He's talking about how Starkiller's like really tired. Proxy shows up, and he's like, "Master, I've got one that I think would actually really stump you this time." And Starkiller is like, "Proxy, I'm really tired." But Proxy then turns into Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And Sam's going on, and he's like, Starkiller's like, "Oh wow, this is really good, Proxy. I've never seen this one. Well done." But what I really like about it is if you've played it, like like one of the people that you have to fight as Starkiller on the original Force Unleashed via Proxy is Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting because I don't know if it's ever. I mean, Proxy is a training droid assigned to Starkiller. And we all know that Darth Vader is Starkiller's master. Ergo, we can reasonably assume, if it's not already stated or more, that Proxy was built or at least designed by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point Sam winds up making during the clip, is that if, Vader built Proxy, then he put the information of Anakin Skywalker's combat data into Proxy.
Mm-hmm.
And all that other stuff.
It was cool. No,
I just wanted to. It's just cool. I just wanted to bring that up because we were talking about Darth Maul, and Darth Maul always makes me think of Sam. Sam makes me think of the Force Unleashed. So.
All right, we got anything else on the Maul series, fellas?
No, but I do have one thing that I want to throw out there for you guys. If y'all have never went out of your way, there is a channel on YouTube that does what if little snippets, and it's called Vader's Order, and where they talk about, like the what if of Darth Vader. Yeah. What if he turned good? What if he didn't die? A what if on what if Order 66 failed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff that they do, and I thought it was kind of it. I've been watching them here lately, trying to get back into a hype sense for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you haven't seen them, you should definitely go check them out.
All right, on to our next subject. Ridge, you said you wanted to talk about the opening sequence for Avengers Doomsday. What you got for us, man?
Yeah, so I've heard some rumblings about this opening scene that it is going to just be an absolute awesome bone-chilling scene. And the scene is that apparently we see the X-Men go into Tobey Maguire's universe to destroy them.
Yep. I heard that too.
So this kind of gives them a way to seem like bad guys.
Yeah, because it's like
to start out.
It's like the point of it is like to stop an incursion with their planet or something like that.
Right. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, is that the only way to stop an incursion is by destroying another universe. So they figured that out. So now they go to Tobey Maguire's that they're colliding with to destroy his universe.
Yeah.
The question I have is, do you think that he will die?
Tobey Maguire. I mean,
Yes.
no. I think because there's been rumored for years that they want to have Wolverine and like Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire fight together side by side in a shot. So I don't think that they would kill Toby, but I feel like taking his world would be a thing, and he could be more like the Last Stand Spider-Man.
Doesn't mean though that he couldn't come back in Secret Wars though.
That's true. That's true.
So here's my thought. I think that whenever he goes to fight the X-Men, and he starts, believe it or not, because he doesn't take them all on at once necessarily, but he's able to get in a few good licks on some of these cats that come and try to attack him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's the only superhero in his world that we know of. From what I hear, it's him and Doc Ock that are fighting.
Well, I heard it's him, Doc Ock, and Norman Osborn because they're saying that them being healed in No Way Home was successful and they came back healed and cured.
I heard it took them back to their normal state.
No, I heard that.
It's just that villains are having to fight with superheroes to try to stay alive. Because either way, I mean, if you think about it, if they got sent back to that point in time, it don't matter if you healed
True.
Norman or not. It took him right before he was going to get killed.
But the thing is,
by his own glider.
It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense because
I was about to say,
they would have been dead.
I was about to say, to Ridge's point, hence that could be the very reason why Norman goes, oh.
Oh yeah, true.
Like right before, like at the time, everyone's like, oh, he was just kind of like, I mean, that's just a quippy one-liner right before it's over. Like, oh, like I didn't see that coming. But ever since No Way Home, we find out, that they've been healed or helped to the best of their ability. If he's sent right back to the moment he was yoinked, that could explain why Norman goes, oh, and then it's over anyway.
Yeah. You know what I
maybe like in that point of time, like he's the only one that can see that, like he's starting to fade into his actual world, so he sees what's happening, but his body's still at that final shot.
Yeah. One thing that I've been seeing float around, and this probably would be the scene that we'd see this. I've heard the rumblings that Dave Franco could be playing like Tobey Maguire's Harry Osborn, like Hobgoblin, in a scene.
Maybe
like not James Franco, but they have Dave Franco come in and like do it. I think that'd be cool,
right? And that could still give you that Osborn helping fight. Now, hear me out though. Okay, so back to this whole idea of him possibly dying, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of surrounded by these different X-Men, right? It's all come down to Spider-Man. Like, Doc Ock is taken out of the equation. The Goblin, out of the equation. And it is solely right now Spider-Man. And he's trying his darndest to fight all these other X-Men, right?
Yeah.
And what if the shot is, we see that he's fighting and it's a panned out shot and it's going slightly around because we're seeing through the eyes of the Wolverine walking around, watching his prey to eventually come in to take the final shot.
It could be. That's not a horrible thing.
I think that's what ends up happening, is that he's sitting here fighting his strongest fight that he possibly can. And that's why it makes it also an epic fight scenes that are going on from the get-go.
Yeah.
But the final blow is Wolverine, kind of like we see a shot of him walking around like a wolf would, or like a Wolverine would, whatever you want to say, about to attack his prey and deliver that final blow to end it all, so that way that they tried to prevent this incursion from happening.
Yeah. Either way, I'm so pumped for this movie, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be intense.
Yeah, it is. This is definitely
Like
this is definitely
if
gonna be
I
a meta
had
movie.
hackles, if I had hackles, boys, they'd be raised. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
And
I'm over here. I'm over here clutching my pearls like a Victorian widow. I'm wringing my hands like a pauper. Please, sir, can I have some more? Like oh, I am
Now,
in a state.
speaking of Avengers, did you guys see those Funko Pops?
No.
So they in Japan or something like that, they had like a big toy convention or whatever, and they secretively showcased the Doomsday Funko Pops. And like we got to see the Fantastic Four, and they all got some kind of jacket besides the thing. Like Sue's got like some kind of like sleeveless vest, and not Franklin, Pedro Pascal. You know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name at the time. Mr. Fantastic is wearing a jacket, and
Mr. Fantastic.
and Johnny's wearing a jacket. Then like there was a Mystique one, and she's wearing like that comic book accurate sleeveless dress, almost like with the slick back hair that we're used to her seeing that version of Mystique have. Magneto's in that outfit, like the long arm. It kind of looks like a suit in a way, but like a regular tuxedo suit. But it's not like the armored suit. The one interesting Funko Pop that is there though is Steve Rogers. So the Steve Rogers Funko Pop is Steve in a black t-shirt, blue jeans, with his Infinity War like longer hair and beard, holding Mjolnir.
That's because that's how it's going to look in Secret Wars.
Well, that's
or towards the end of Doomsday.
Yeah, this is the Doomsday.
Because we'll see a time jump, and whenever they do the time jump, they've talked about how that's how he's going to look. Is he's going to have longer hair again and the beard.
I didn't know that they said that.
Yeah, that's been thrown around apparently.
But like there was like a Sam Wilson one, of course, just as like him in the suit. Then Yelena Belova, Bucky. There's a few others, but
I heard that Bucky Barnes is going to get Cap's old shields from Wakanda.
Oh, like
those strangle ones.
Ooh.
Yeah, I heard that they're going to give him those shields for this movie.
Let's see.
So, just one last thing real quick I'll say about the possibility of that scene playing out where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man gets got by the Wolverine is, I mean, if you did kill him off right there, you would be setting a hard tone.
Yeah.
Going in for the rest of the movie. You know, you would set that emotion level of, oh, crap. This is some serious stuff going on if heroes are willing to kill heroes.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe we don't see Professor X there because he don't see it, like he thinks that there should be another way. But Magneto says, no, Charles, this is the only way.
That could be true.
This is our only way to do this.
Now,
I mean, that does sound like a very Charles and Magneto discourse because it's pretty much their same discourse. It's like, Eric, we don't have to do this. You don't understand, Charles. This is the only way we survive. We fight or we die.
Right, it's us or them.
It's us or them, which is their major internal conflict across every iteration.
Now, just to tell you, I pulled up the picture of the pops. There's a Doctor Doom one, of course. There's a Thor one, a God Loki one. Another one that I forgot that, you know, I think it was pretty cool. It was a binary Funko Pop. You know, Maria Rambeau. But the one that I have a question about, and I gotta ask y'all because this is kind of throwing me off. The Funko Pop of M'Baku says King M'Baku.
Yes, because he's the king of Wakanda in this movie.
I'm wondering, like, did Shuri just step down as queen?
I don't know what happens, but they established that in that trailer that came out.
I think I asked this question
because
last week, probably.
I don't remember if he did or not, but whenever they show that trailer,
He does say King M'Baku, yeah.
Shuri says a king has what he has to get ready for, and it shows him.
And also, when he meets Ben Grimm, he says King M'Baku of Wakanda, and that's when he's like,
Right.
Ben Grimm of Yancey Street. Like,
and Shuri is only the Black Panther right now.
yeah.
So yes, that is set up that he is king of Wakanda.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, more sense to me now.
All right. Now, hear me out too.
Yeah.
And I know this might sound stupid, but would it be a far-fetched thing to do to have him marry her?
I think so. The only reason why, because I thought the same thing. Like, maybe it would be cool, right? But
Right.
when you think of it, how much older is he than her? Because, like, when you look at the first Black Panther movie, she's still a kid, and he's a girl.
Well, we're way past that now, though, right?
I mean, yeah.
And this will be a crap ton in the future, right?
True.
From then.
True.
So she is old enough to be a full-grown woman. She can marry whatever age, right?
Yeah, true. I'll give you that.
And then you bring the two kingdoms together.
Yeah.
If you do that, more so.
All right. So we got anything else to say about Doomsday for now? I mean, we got plenty to talk about, but not happening yet.
Not for this episode.
All right, so we're going to talk about wrestling now, and we've got to talk about this big bombshell that was dropped on us Monday. So, if you've been watching wrestling over the last few weeks, ever since John Cena retired, we've had this little interactions between AJ Styles and Gunther, and which led them to having a match. And AJ tapped Gunther out, but the ref didn't see it. Gunther got up, hit AJ with, I can't remember how he beat him. It was sleeper hold. But, then there's like the whole thing back and forth. He's like, I didn't lose, you lost, blah, blah, blah. And he came out and called Gunther out this week. Or Gunther was out there and he came out to confront him. And he's talking about I want my rematch, and Gunther was kind of like no, then goes to leave the ring, and he looks back at AJ and says, "If you want your match, you have to put your career on the line." So we are officially getting next week, or this Saturday, AJ Styles versus Gunther, and if AJ loses, he retires. And I'm telling y'all now, AJ Styles is losing. And
yeah.
And I mean, I called it. I knew that this was going to be the case, but it was just so fast. But
we didn't expect it to be at the Rumble.
Now, I will say, last night we got to see AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for one final time, and it was a banger of a match.
And an absolute banger of a match.
It was awesome. But the thing is like, the one thing is, I didn't know his contract came up at the end of this month. And, it makes sense that he would go out. I'm just so shocked that it's so early. I didn't expect it to be so sudden, And it's kind of, I hope, like we were talking about before the pod, Ridge, I hope he gets to have one final run in TNA, or he does one final run in TNA. But there's also that one little sliver part of me that believes that this is just it. Just because I know how his body is, and I know how it hurts him now, and I know his family wants him home. So I'm just, it's kind of It's dude within a month, within a freaking month, bro. The two greatest wrestlers of all time retired. Like we don't even get a full year of AJ in WWE. Like that's what I'm saying. Like maybe he does something in TNA, but we don't even get a full year of AJ riding it out. And I just think it's like so mind-boggling. Just because I mean, we just came up on the 10 years of him being in WWE, so it's just I'm just shocked by it. Like we knew he was retiring. We knew he was retiring this year, but it's just like wow.
I think him retiring from the WWE at the Rumble is, first off, it's poetic to have him retired there, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where he made his debut.
Yeah.
So that's where he gets to go out with the WWE. And I do think that this was his plan all along, was to not ride out a full year with the WWE for his retirement. I think that he wanted to be able to retire from the WWE, but still go back to TNA to have one last run.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, he could go on to go to New Japan, and maybe at the slightest, I'm not saying that this is a 100% thing, neither even a 10% thing, but maybe there's a little swivel of him wanting to wrestle somebody over at AEW. But I do think that the proper place for him to fully finish out his year would be TNA.
Yeah. Like, I'd be cool if they did that. I'm just still sad at the fact that the two people that were the most iconic growing up, at least for our generation, in not just WWE, but, you know, in wrestling in general, between TNA and WWE, were, you know, within a month, they're retiring. And it's like, what in the world? Because it's like, John Cena calls AJ Styles the GOAT. AJ Styles, I know his favorite's Shawn Michaels, but he would call John Cena the GOAT. So it's just wild, man. And you know, they had that fantastic match last year between each other, and I'm just shocked. Mikey, what do you think about it?
Honestly, I'm kind of like right there with you, Jordan. Yeah,
And it's like he's one of the wrestlers.
It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of emotions, you know, and it's one of those things where I don't want to be like, man, I'm disappointed.
Honestly,
Because I mean, it's not necessarily like disappointment, but like it. I guess it just kind of hurts a little.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watched that match last night, at the end of it, when they did like the whole fist bump thing that they did in New Japan, they even did the taunts where like AJ like put the finger gun at him and everything, and like because you know that was like the Bullet Club callback, and
yeah, I get disappointment's definitely the wrong word for it. It's closer to like melancholy, I guess, because it definitely feels like one of those things where it's like, man, I blinked.
Yeah. But the thing that really got me, man, I honestly started crying when I was watching it, just because it's like, man, like we never think about it, but all these people that we grew up watching are now, and like we've seen it in football, we've seen it in basketball, and yes, we've started to see it in wrestling, but just the fact that we're seeing it now is just, all the legends are going away. Like, how much longer do we have the Hardys? How much longer do we have this person? How much longer do we have that person, you know? So it's just, I mean, even Edge is retiring this year. Like, officially.
Yep.
So it's like, wild. And like, Randy's the only one left out of the huge ones. And it's just, when he goes, bro, it's going to feel like, where are we anymore?
In a new era.
Yep.
But I tell you this too, it's awesome to see the wrestlers that we've got to grow up watching get to retire.
Yeah, for sure.
on their own accord and how they want to go out
And healthy.
with the companies and healthy, right?
Yeah. Like they're not having to retire because of an injury or something like that. They're just retiring because their bodies are done.
Yep.
Now, keeping on the wrestling topic, we got to talk about some Royal Rumble here. I don't know all the matches yet. I mean, of course, we got the Rumbles and we got the AJ match. The one match that I have to bring up, and I told you about this, Ridge, and I'm still kind of weirded out, not weirded out, just kind of like, about it, is Drew McIntyre's, he's defending his title for the first time in Royal Rumble, and it's going to be against Sami Zayn. And the part that I don't like about it is, doesn't sit right with me because we're doing it in Riyadh. It's Saudi Arabian Royal Rumble, the first one, and of course somebody who's big over there gets the title fight. I mean, the fatal four-way they had last night was between Randy, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, and Trick Williams. And there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I understand why they didn't pick Trick Williams because he just got to the main roster. And I don't really see Damian Priest going for it right now. And honestly, I would have preferred Randy. But I know other people don't see it like I do. It's just, I don't see Sammy being that big of a main card guy. And I never really saw him that well in the WWE. And I just feel like it's the fan service over there, I just feel like that's all it is for. It's just fan service.
Well, listen, whenever you think about it, too, and I thought about this, anytime they go to a different country, what do they do a lot of times? They give these opportunities for a title shot to these people that normally don't. Come to think of it, of whenever, like one of the first times they went over toward Scotland or something, and they gave Piper Niven a title shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't make sense, and it don't fit, but it fits because it's over there in that country, and they know it's going to create a loud reaction.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something that people want to see. Same with in Riyadh. People are going to want to see Sami Zayn getting a title shot.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, then you're putting him in the Rumble, and he's going to be the runner-up and still lose. He's not going to win this. And I hate to burst your bubble too, Slater, but, I mean, you might as well get used to seeing him be in these type of spots, because more than likely what's going to happen is next year, since the WrestleMania is going to be out there, they're going to find a way to put him in that main title scene for a main event at WrestleMania out there.
Yeah.
And having him win the title.
I won't be surprised at all. But that's the thing that kind of got to me, is like it was so predictable.
I mean, there's sometimes that it is very predictable what's going on. And then there's sometimes that it's absolutely not predictable. Because I would not have predicted Drew McIntyre to win the title.
Yeah, right.
But,
true.
And where did he win the title at? They did that for a fan service kind of ordeal, right? Because it was closer towards these countries that really get behind him.
I think it was Germany, right? Yeah, I think it was Germany.
It was somewhere in the islands.
I think it was Germany.
Towards Scotland and Ireland area.
They did a house show in Scotland.
Glasgow or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did. That's his hometown too. They did a house show there, but
I don't know.
I think he won it in Germany.
Anyways, they did it over there close to that area because they had already been talking about him winning the title. Okay, this was something that was apparently planned out for at some point, and they pulled the trigger whenever they was over there. But at the same time, they did it over there because they knew it'd get a big reaction over there. Same as having Sami Zayn go in to have this main event title spot with Drew McIntyre. It's to create a big pop.
Yeah.
I think you either going to have to root for him or root against him and just hold on for the ride because it's coming.
Yep, I agree. All right, well, we got
I
anything?
mean, even if we don't get a main title shot for him over there, he'll be going after the Intercontinental or the U.S. title while over there if they don't put him winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Mike, you got anything to say about this?
I don't really have too many opinions. I kind of agree with you. Just because I can see it, but I mean I don't have too much to contribute to that specifically. Just on the grounds of everything I was going to say has been said.
Yeah. All right, well, you got anything else to say in general?
Nope, guys, I don't know if there's anybody that's listening. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and throw them in. We'll give it a couple of seconds while we're wrapping up here. We'll try to choose the time, I guess, for y'all. If you have any questions or comments that you would like to make, so that way we could talk about it, right now is your time to shine. But if not, just make sure that you all like and subscribe. Grab a family member's phone, grab a stranger's phone, and subscribe to us on their phones or on their laptops, iPads, whatever, to get us out there. Right now, we're sitting at 92. We're getting that much closer to our 100 subs by the end of the year mark. That is the goal for us, is to hit 100 subs at least by the end of the year. I was telling the guys earlier on before we started, we're shooting lower this year.
Yeah.
Only looking for 100 subs because what was it last year that we thought we was going to be over 100 subs by now?
Yeah.
So
well, the way it was going,
I figured we needed to set the bar a little bit lower. You know, aim at where we might be able to get at, and let's see here. Cryptid said on stream.
Cryptic Psycho, shout you out, bro. Thank you for sticking around. You've pretty much been here since the beginning of the stream, man. So, like, big shout out to you, bro. For real.
Oh,
man.
He also has his own Twitch stream that he does now.
Okay,
I know who this is. If you want to, Cryptid, go ahead and put the name of your Twitch stream on here in the comments. That way people can yes, it's I that is talking right now. That's all I'm saying. So go ahead if you want to, just go ahead and type that into the comments right here, and then once you type it in, we'll say it out loud too, so that way everyone knows what it is. I was actually, the reason why he's saying that too and shouted out on stream is because I have been playing with him while he's been streaming. We've been doing the Cayo Perico heist, been trying to set that up over there.
Okay.
We've been playing, we played a little bit of Warzone together. It's Cryptid's Corner. Go over there, watch him, give him a like and a follow too, guys. He'll really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. Maybe we can do a mashup with the podcast crew playing at some point. I'm sure Slater would be down.
Yeah.
Mikey might be down. Caleb will probably be down too at some point. So we'll try to figure something out, Cryptid. Other than that, that's all I got, guys.
Yeah, guys.
I will. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.
Peace out, guys. We'll see you next week.